Good evening and welcome to the University Credit Union Center in Davis, California for women's college volleyball on ESPN+. Today, the UC Davis Aggies host the UCLA Bruins in a California rivalry matchup. My name is Will Wyman, bringing you all the action from Northern California between these two teams. For the Aggies head coach Dan Connors, this is a team he is very familiar with. Played his college ball at UCLA. Ended up coaching there after his time there from 2006 to 2011. Then spent some time at Nebraska and Illinois before being named the UC Davis head coach in 2014 in his 11th year at the moment for the Aggies. Brings with him that bevy of experience and knowledge from his time with the Bruins. Meanwhile, across the way for both these players, a lot of talent loaded on these rosters. Taking a look at both sides. For the Bruins, Sheridan Leverett, Kiki Horn, and Anna Dodson bring a good mixture of offensive and defensive pressure. The two outside hitters leading the way, tied with 75 kills apiece. Meanwhile, Dodson in the middle leading the team in blocks. And for the Aggies, it's the familiar suspects. Olivia Utterback, of course, the 2024 All-Big West preseason conference selection. She was All-Big West second team last season, but Jade Light has been leading the way in the kill department for the Aggies. She's got 111 kills on the season. So it'll be the Bruins to start things off on the serve. Sydney Breon. Star sets Diersbach, who rolls it through for the first point of the contest. Setting the starting lineup for the Bruins: Anna Dodson, Brooklyn Briscoe, Peyton Dueck, Sheridan Leverett, Sydney Breon, Audrey Pack, and Grace Olson. Meanwhile, for the Aggies, it's Reese Diersbach, Mia Starr, Olivia Utterback, Jade Light, Julia Ng, Allie Caldwell, McKenna Morrison, and Allie Chandler. Morrison in to serve. Big jump serve with that topspin that she's known for. Big old swing, and Morrison couldn't dig it out. Good work on the front line by the Bruins. Sheridan Leverett getting it done early here. That's why you see she's tied for most kills on the team. So tied 1-1. Quick side out for the Bruins. This is a very talented team with a lot of pedigree in this program. Set looking for Utterback, off the block and out of play. Aggies get it right back. The atmosphere in this building is quite exciting. It's move-in weekend for the new Aggies. And the fans already getting behind Olivia Utterback there. She's back to serve. Nice stinger. Forcing the roll out of the Bruins. It's partially blocked, but the coverage wasn't there in the soft spot. Diersbach late to that one. 2-2. Ball back for the Bruins. Spoke about it in the open. Head coach Dan Connors in his 11th season at the helm. Used to coach this team, albeit a very different looking team many years ago. As that serve sails out of the back. And came from Grace Olson. Aggies will love seeing those unforced errors when you're playing against such a strong team like UCLA. Those are the ones that you miss out on. It's going to be about limiting individual errors for UCD and hoping that the Bruins maximize those on the other end. Serve came from Cordero Barr. That one's down and in. So 3-3. Teams just trading points here. More substitutions on the way. Nice movement came from Pack there. Can be such an asset when you have such a mobile setter. Utterback digs that one out. Set for Chandler's down and good. Nicely worked by the Aggies. Going band for band with the Bruins right now. Back to serve now is the Aggies libero, Julia Ng. Ng, of course, leads the way on the defensive end with 152 digs this season. That one's a bit out of play. So 4-4. Both teams just trying to get comfortable here in the early offerings. Aggies no doubt feeding off of this crowd. Back to serve now for the Bruins and a Dodson. Picked up by Cordero Barr, set for Light. Good reaction from Leverett. That one rolled out of play. Aggies side out once more. And there hasn't been a terrible amount of kills so far for the Aggies. Just that one sailed out of the back. Pretty close, honestly, for Kiki Horn. Star back to serve. Dug out, swung on by Briscoe. Now Jade Light over the antenna on the return ball. Aggies score again, up 5-4, 6-4 now, pardon me. Really accurate set there from Mia Star. Just came on that inside shoulder of the middle blocker. Star serves again. Set looking for Horn. Picked up by Light. Cordero Barr sets Light right back, and that one is sent back where it came from. No hesitation on the front line from the Bruins. They have such great size on that front line. A perfect example of that there. Right into the hands of Grace Olson and Sheridan Leverett. The serve on the way picked up by Utterback. Utterback gets it right back. Scoring again for the Aggies. Aggies looking very strong here, up 7-5. This is a UCLA team that has gone toe-to-toe with a number of ranked opponents this season. They fell to number 17 Tennessee and number 25 TCU. However, they got the win over number 14 ranked Georgia Tech. Back row attack, Ng picks it up. Tipped over from Deersbach, kept alive by Caldwell. Utterback notches another kill. Aggies doing really good work against a stout UCLA defense. Jade Light's turn to serve now. Aggies up 8-5. Jade Light's jump serve is a good one. Set through the middle, picked up by Ng off the swing from Briscoe. Over the antenna, points back for UCLA. They finally side out. Now into serve is Sydney Breon for the Bruins. Ng did her best to keep that one alive, and Utterback couldn't get the swing on there. Kept it inside the antenna. It's a testament to the quality of this UCLA team. As Breon serves, picked up. Ng set for Utterback. And it's again a crushing block on the front line. Briscoe up there with Leverett. Briscoe stands at 6'4". Leverett at 6 foot flat. 6'4" middle blocker is a tough one to get around. Breon, Light into the antenna, and it's an ace for the Bruins. So after trailing slightly, the Bruins not back up at 8 apiece. It'll still be with Sydney Breon, a 3-0 scoring run. Another good serve, and it's another ace. Little miscommunication there for the Aggies, and the Bruins take the lead. That's what I think the Aggies are worried about, is once UCLA starts to get comfortable, they're going to be very dialed in. A Big Ten team that plays a very tough schedule across the United States, as that one's sent out of play by Utterback, another error by the Aggies. And we are going to get a timeout called by Coach Dan Connors as the Aggies trail by 2, 10-8. Taking a look as Utterback sent that one out of play. We'll be right back on ESPN+.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
Welcome back to the University Credit Union Center, where the Bruins lead 10-8 over the Aggies. This is a UCLA team, like we mentioned previously, played some ranked opponents, will continue to play stiff competition. Just finished up the fight at the Fort tournament, where they went 2-1. Up next, they're staying in Northern California, going down to Berkeley to play Cal. Star sets Caldwell, who had to finesse it over the net there. Now set for Diersbach. Sent that one down with authority. Aggies side out directly from the timeout. Now back in McKenna Morrison to serve. She leads the way for this Aggie squad. Pardon me, second for this Aggie squad with 10 aces. Can play as a libero. Usually deployed as a DS for this team now, and that is a thunderous swing once more. Again, the height on display by the Bruins. Nice dig, nice set, and then just coming through the middle again for Briscoe. Very strong defender on the front line for UCLA, but of course can get it done on the offensive end as well. Set from Utterback, looking for Diersbach, and Aggies make the most out of a broken play. Really nicely worked there with the set out. That's not an easy set at all for Utterback, who sent that one a long way across the court. Diersbach with a nice read on it, good timing between the pair. Now Aggies down by one, 11-10. Utterback's turn to serve. That one's picked up by Breon. Now blocked down again by the Aggies, but into the antenna. So it will be points for UCLA. Grace Olson doing the damage there for the Bruins. She'll be back to serve. Set took a touch off the net there light. Kept alive. Another big swing off a bump set for Sheridine Leverett. That is, again, a heat-seeking missile. This Bruins team so talented across the board. Really accurate from Pack on the bump set there. Olsen's serve picked up by Ing. Star close to the net. Diersbach partially blocked, picked up by Dueck. Now the set again, going down the line this time. Leverett is picking this Aggie defense apart. And when you got a outside hitter that can really pick her spots like that, it's so tough to deal with. You want to force your blocks down the middle for your defensive player to try to pick up, but then you got the accuracy to go up the line as that one is sailed behind for the Aggies to side out. Down by 3, 14-11. Back into the contest serve for the Aggies is Cordero Barr. 2 service errors for UCLA, only 1 for the Aggies. The Aggies have to continue limiting those mistakes to stay in the hunt against a team like this, as that one's straight into the net. Ball back for the Bruins, now up by 4, 15-11. Back to serve is Leverett. She's been cooking so far in this one. 4 kills. Also a dig and a block on the defensive end just to show the completeness of her game. Ng, Starr has to scramble. Tipped over top by Chandler. Now a free ball for the Aggies to deal with, but it's going to be a double instead. That's another mistake. Aggie bench loves it. Side out again for UCD. Ng back to serve. Kat Lutz into the contest for the first time as well for the Bruins. Ng serve. Difficult adjustment from Dodson. Now Light. How about that for an up from Dueck? And the Bruins couldn't scramble it over. Another point for the Aggies. What an exciting game this is turning into. Bruins is trying to get their minds right in what is quite the lively atmosphere. Light there adjusted her body well for the swing. Dueck kept it up well, but Bruins couldn't make it out of the chaos there. And again, it's another mistake. Pack that time tried to improvise with the one-hand set, but the Aggies keep on building. Only down by 1 now, 15-14. So Ng will continue serving on the 3-0 scoring run. Another good serve. Setting again for Horn. Now Light. Again off the block. Aggies tie it at 15. Jade Light continuing her hot streak. That's her 3rd kill of the contest. Starr with a nice set. This one came a little bit off the net. So a lot of room for sort of pick out that spot. 4-0 scoring run now. Pack sets it back for Horn. Aggies able to keep it alive. A little bit too much on that free ball though, just nestled out of play. 16-50 now. Lead is back with UCLA after the 4-0 run. Back to serve is going to be Dodson. But Aggie's doing a really nice job of hanging tough. Starr up on the net now. Good serve from Dodson. Starr goes right for the middle there with Caldwell. And the Aggies get points again. Lift called against the Bruins. So more mistakes for the Bruins. Aggies happy to reap those rewards. Starr into the back row now. Good short set to Caldwell, but Pack got caught in a straitjacket there, unable to escape without the illegal lift. Good serve from Starr, a dump this time. Ng got to it. Utter back at the net. Starr. Now Light. Another great pickup by Dueck. Setting Horn. Aggies get it over again. Back out to Horn. Out of play, Aggies. Up by 1. 17-16. Aggie bench loves it. Aggie fans love it as well. This has got to be fun for the players. Playing a top program and finally have the students back in town. Starr. Too much on that serve. Returning the ball to the Bruins, 17-17. Audrey Pack, the setter. Back to serve. Jump float. Picked up by Cordero Barr. Utter back. Dueck to it. On the block, Caldwell. Aggies can't stop scoring right now. Tori Holmes loves it, of course. Utterback there on the swing, and the joust won by Caldwell. So Jade Light's turn to serve now with the Aggies leading 18-17. Big jump serve, dug out nicely by Lutz. Out of play, Aggie points again. Bruins tried to place that one, and we get a timeout taken by UCLA with the Aggies leading by 2, 19-17. Aggies came out of the gate hot here. Dan Connors, of course, the program that he coached at the beginning of his career as an assistant. Now over a decade at the helm of UC Davis. Definitely a matchup that he was looking forward to. And of course, just beyond playing against his former school, it's also a huge team for the program to play in general, a Big Ten school with the volleyball pedigree, of course, coming from Southern California where the sport is so big. They can recruit so well. But right now, the Aggies up by 2, showing about an equal playing field. This has been tons of fun. Leading the way for the Aggies, Olivia Utterback with 3 kills, Jade Light with 3 as well, and Reese Diersbach completes the trifecta. 3 Aggies with 3 kills, adding to that offensive unit for UCD. Meanwhile, for the Bruins, Sheridan Leverett 4 kills on the day, and Brooklyn Briscoe with 2. So definitely a spread approach by the Aggies, and when you have so many players that are hot at the right time, it can be huge. When I spoke to head coach Dan Connors before the Sacramento State game, the Aggies' first home game of the season, he talked about how there are a lot of really good players on this team. They can really get going from multiple different positions, showing that here. Jade Light picked up once more by Lutz, and that's down and good. Side out for the Bruins. This is where the Aggies have to be careful. You really want to close things down as you approach that 20-point mark. Don't want to let momentum go by the wayside. Cindy Brion back to serve for UCLA. Crowd's getting loud. Light to it. Star sets Utterback. Picked up by Pack. Dueck set on the net, and that came off the touch from the Aggies, and the Bruins tied things up at 19. So all to play for here as we reach the closing stages of this first set. Service still coming from Brion. Light to Star. Caldwell gets the Aggies back. Breaking the 20-point mark. Allie Caldwell, who was a defensive force for the Aggies, notching a crucial kill. So back to serve now. And the Aggies specialist, McKenna Morrison. Jump serve, picked up again by Dueck, and off the touch. Bruins get it back once more, not giving up anything here. It's a really nice swing from Briscoe. They're just feeding Briscoe and Leverett, and why not with the talent those two possess on the front line. Light, right on the net, Star. And the Bruins reaching over top there as Star was trying to set it. There'll be a quick conversation between officials and UCLA players that didn't love the decision. Looked like Diersbach was going to get it over regardless there, though. Pass is really close in the net. And yeah, you see the joint contact there. Star called for it immediately. Block nearly took it out of her own hands. So 21-20, Aggies 4 points away from a very impressive first set win over a Bruins team with a lot of historical significance as well as talent this season. Utterback. Picked up by Breon. Set out of play. No, it was inbounds there by way of Olsen. Big, big points. You don't see it as often going up the baseline like that, or pardon me, the sideline. But Breon saw the blocks coming in late as Diersbach couldn't get over there in time in single coverage. And that was perfectly placed along the line. And now it's an ace back-to-back. Olsen, the kill and the service ace. Gives the Bruins a 1-point lead now. Clutch performances so far. Grace Olsen amongst them. The 6'4" outside hitter can also play as an opposite. And that's going to cause Dan Connors to call timeout. So very close to the 25-point mark here. Both teams want to make sure they get their minds right for this one, particularly the Aggies, who are, of course, the hosts and the underdogs. But what a win this would be in set number one. They've looked really strong, about even in attack errors right now, 4-4. Service errors, Aggies have the slight edge with 3 to the Bruins 2. Bruins with those 3 aces to the Aggies 1. And 2 blocks while the Aggies don't have any registered right now. A couple of jousts there for the Aggies, but the net has mostly been dominated by the size of this UCLA team. And even so, Aggies only down by 1. They started off the set much stronger than the Bruins. And as the Bruins start to build some momentum, the Aggies hanging tough. They're all set to go here. Both teams back out on the court. Olsen to serve. 3 points away for the Bruins, 4 points away for the Aggies. Nice pickup by Ing. Star sets Chandler. Good chase there given by Dueck, but the Aggies tie things up at 22. Back in to serve is Jimena Cordero Bar. Really nice work there by the Aggies. Bruins couldn't adjust in time. Cordero Bar. Nice spin on that serve. Pack. Crushing kill. Anna Dodson obliterated that ball. 23-22 now. Goodness gracious, that was hit with some pace. Sheridan Leverett serving for the Bruins. 2 points away now. Into the net, and a huge roar from the Aggie crowd ties things up at 23. Julia Ing serving for the Aggies now in what has become crunch time in set number one. Ing's float. Picked up by Lutz. Swung on off the block, and again, it's Dodson. So now set point staring down the Aggies as the Bruins have battled back from being in trouble. Joy Ume into the game for the first time. She'll be set to serve in what could be the decisive point of this set. Ume's serve, picked up by Light. Star back to Light! Aggies tied up at 24. Hayden Bones time now as she's brought in to serve. We've seen this many times. Steady as they come from a DS. Bones with the serve, Pack sets Briscoe, and the Aggies block it. Jade Light. 25-24, set point for the Aggies. Bruins forced to call timeout, and the University Credit Union Center is rocking here early on. How about that? Both timeouts used for UCLA, both timeouts used for the Aggies. Speaks to the back and forth nature of this first set. But Bones had a nice serve, and Jade Light in solo coverage against Dodson, who has been piecing up the Aggies so far. That's the kind of thing you love to see out of your outside hitter. We've spoken about her athletic abilities and also her size. At 6'2", certainly has above average height for an outside hitter. But going toe-to-toe in coverage against a middle like that and coming out the victor, that is impressive from Jade Light. So now 25-24, Aggies 1 point away from a huge set one win. Aggies with 15 kills to the Bruins 14, even on attack errors, giving the Aggies a slightly better hit percentage. 14 errors there, or pardon me, 3 service errors for both sides apiece as well. And it's still going to be Hayden Bones to serve. Bruins in there, receive look. Bones serve. Blocked down by the Aggies! UC Davis, 26-24, taking down set number 1 against UCLA. How about that for a stellar performance in the early stages of this contest? Big swing there from Kiki Horn, but the Aggie defensive line was strong and united as the Aggies lead 1-0 here on ESPN+.
Mama, I will protect you. Ready?
The Wild Robot is 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ready?
The Wild Robot is 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
To survive, we must become more than we were programmed to be. To survive, we must become more than we were programmed to be.
The Wild Robot is a cinematic achievement on every level and the best animated movie of the year.
How would you rate my performance? I will register that as a 10.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27.
Ow! Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. 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 I'd wanna be me too.
Hey, how goes it?
Well, I'm getting a new car.
Yeah, I've been contemplating the same.
Carvana's convenient.
Appreciate the tip.
Yeah, anytime. How's it going over there?
Hey, buy that car yet?
Be here Thursday. You?
It's a question for a more decisive me. Maybe I need to think about it more.
I believe in you.
You can do this. Come on. Definitely a no-brainer.
Wow, decisive.
Yeah, went with same-day delivery.
Well, it only took you a few days.
I know.
However you buy your car with Carvana.
Welcome back to the University Credit Union Center, where the Aggies are up 1-0 over UCLA in what was a very exciting back-and-forth affair in that first frame. UCD won 26-24 in large part due to the contributions of Allie Caldwell. Caldwell on the offensive end, 3 kills for her, but defensively is where she was really sticking out there. She got the block to end the set last time out. Not the biggest middle by any stretch of the means, 6 feet tall, but has such good timing and such good defensive instincts across that front line. Helps the Aggies get out to a shock lead. Very, very exciting times here for the Aggie faithful, who are finally back in the stands. So the Aggies back on the court. Bruins following suit in short order. But if Caldwell can keep up her strong performance, the Aggies are looking in tip-top shape here. This is really a team built by committee. They have so many talents across the positions. A lot of the focus, of course, goes to Olivia Utterback, who is a primary part of this offense, according to Coach Connors, but they really spread the wealth here. Utterback was first in kills last season. She's second right now to Jade Light. But when you can afford to spread the love amongst your oppos and outsides, it is very helpful to keep a team on their toes, as the Bruins have not quite been able to figure out how the Aggies are coming at them. So set number 2, set to begin by way of Jade Light, whose jump serve is up. Picked up beautifully by Breon. Rolled over off the touch. That's points for Leverett. One nothing. UCLA leads. It'll be with Peyton Dueck, the libero. Nice pickup by Ng. Star sets Utterback, immediately blocked down. Combination of Dodson and Leverett on that front line. So 2-0. Bruins already starting things off better than the last set. Light, Star, finds Utterback, who's forced to roll it over. Pack sets out. Now Dueck, Aggies block it. Improvised again, Ng got it over. Both teams scrambling. Tipped over, and Ng couldn't get there in time. A floater there from Grace Olson. Really well timed and really nicely placed. Perfectly in that soft spot behind the blocks. Diersbach and Caldwell over there so quickly that there was nowhere near coverage behind him. Light picks it up. Diersbach swing. Diersbach's kill. Aggies side out. Now down 3-1. Now into serve is McKenna Morrison. Aggies have been playing well in this one, as that one sails out the back. 4-1 Bruins. But this second set is such a key one, because you obviously want to keep your composure and momentum going, but you really just want to keep those mistakes limited. That's what they did so well in that first set. Just about even on errors with the Bruins, and this is a team in UCLA that does not make a bunch of mistakes. Light, Star in a tough spot. A little miscommunication. I think the set might have been out. I think she might have stumbled as well on the way towards the ball. Timeout taken by the Aggies. Coach Connors wants to talk things over. Already does not like what he sees, as the Bruins are up 5-1 on ESPN+.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light, choose chill.
Hey, grab me one too.
Welcome back to the University Credit Union Center in Davis, California, where the Bruins up 5-1 over the Aggies after dropping the first set. This is the UCLA team that we have grown to know over this young season. 5-2 record. They faced off against a number of ranked teams and come out the victor in one of those matchups, number 14 Georgia Tech. So it's a team that can really do damage across the board. So much size and athleticism, but of course the technique and skill as well make them a very tough team to beat. It's back with Olsen, who's been having a great game so far. That one in the tape. Aggies can side out after the timeout. 5-2. Bruins up by 3. Utterback back to serve. Utterback with 3 kills on the day, 2 digs and a block. And that one rolls over for an ace. Nicely placed off the net there from Olivia Utterback. Aggies down by 2 now. Second ace of the contest for the Aggies, compared to the Bruins 4. Utterback goes again, this one to Olsen. Pack setting Leverett. And that one's down again. Utterback couldn't range over to pick that one up. Leverett's turn to serve after that big swing. The Bruins haven't been connecting as well as I'm sure they know they're capable of, but some of these swings when they do connect are monstrous. Light to Diersbach, rolls it over, Dueck picks it up, poked over. Ume keeping it alive. How about the precision on that set, but the Aggies able to escape. Pack setting again. Aggies smuggle it over. Now the dump, and it's caught between Ing and Diersbach. Audrey Pack pulling all the strings for UCLA, showing some great composure from the middle of the court. 7-3 is the lead for the Bruins. Chandler did well to just squeeze that one over. But in the end, Audrey Pack doing damage. Leverett's serve. Utterback. Blocked and still alive. Pack around the turn, squeezed in. Now Ing sets Diersbach, sent back down again by the Bruins front line. Anna Dodson was wise to that little finesse shot. Just dumped that immediately down on a sheer angle. So the Bruins starting to build the difference between the two teams with these blocks on the defensive side. 8-3 they lead now. Ing, Star, blocked off the hands of the Bruins. Points for the Ags. Found themselves in a bit of a tough situation there, forcing the bump set. And now we're going to see that secondary substitution early on in this second set. It's Bones back into the contest, and for the first time tonight, it's Breeze Chapinski coming in on that front line. Bones, who served to finish off set number 1. Too much on that one. Ume wants the touch, but it won't come. And we are going to see a challenge here from head coach Alfie Reft. Was certain there was a touch, as were his players. So we'll take a gander here as well at what they're looking at on the touch. Ume got up to it, swung through. Taking a look here. Boy, it could have been right through the hands of Chapinski. It's tough to see from that angle. It came in low. Usually on those tips, they are off the fingertips. That one came in around the forearm height for Chapinski, so maybe that might help the Aggies keep this call from getting overturned. Really tough to see when it is clipping off of a limb like a forearm rather than the fingertips. The spin comes off a bit differently. But for now, it's an impromptu timeout for both teams. Just the group on the court for both sides. And get some quick words and a quick rest. This replay review still taking a bit of time, so might play into the Bruins' hand a bit more, that the longer they look, the more likely it is that they might overturn. Taking a look at a slightly different angle here. Looks like it could have been a touch for sure. Again, we're going to see what the officials come up with, but Aggies can't be too mad about that one if it is overturned, because it looked like there might have been some marginal contact. 8-5, Bruins lead. They have 18 kills to the Aggies 17, but the Aggies a bit more efficient, hitting 297 compared to the Bruins 268. One more angle. Look like it might have changed trajectories a little bit. Tough one to see as we had the official in front of our vantage point there, but it looked like the angle changed slightly as the ball came out the other side of that obstruction. And in the end, it is called for a touch. That long review results in a point for the Bruins. So in the end, a very well-placed challenge by head coach Reft. You can see the spin change up a little bit there from that angle as well. So it's 9-4, that point taken away from the Aggies. It'll be with Ncaa Dodson to serve. The Fort Collins native, a big defensive presence for the Bruins, leading the way with 24 blocks, on the season, 1.14 blocks per set. A jump float coming down on a tough angle into the net. That's going to be another service ace for the Bruins. You know, a float serve, not always as dangerous as a jump serve, but when you're coming from that angle of approach with that 6'5" frame, the long wingspan, definitely some extra movement, extra venom on a serve like that. So it'll still be with Dodson. (10-4), the Bruins are leading. Another good serve, and it's another ace back-to-back. That one came off the net. The Aggies were not expecting that one to come in at that angle again, and it's a timeout for the second time in this set by the Aggies. While the Bruins are starting to cook with some oil here. Looking very strong. And again, it's help coming from all over the place. You got those service aces, but you also have kills coming from across the board. Sheridan Leverett with 7, leading all offensive players in this one. Grace Olson with 4, Ncaa Dodson and Brooklyn Briscoe with 3 apiece. For the Aggies, Reese Deersbach, 5 kills, lead the way. Jade Light with 4, Olivia Utterback and Allie Caldwell with 3 each. But Dodson is starting to cook from range, doing damage all across the board. 3 kills for her, 2 aces, 2 blocks. So really doing it on every facet of the game. Those are the kind of players that UCLA can recruit, someone that can do it from all aspects of the game, real 5-tool player. Defensively and offensively sound. As the Aggies are out of the break, ready to roll, Bruins following shortly behind. After the Aggies took down set number 1, the Bruins have shown their true colors, leading here by 7. And not looking like they're letting up anytime soon. Aggies got to tighten the screws a little bit here. Dodson, too much on that one. Ended up being an icing situation there from head coach Connors. Can be tough to get reset when you're on a little streak to come out of a timeout and get that serve in play. 11-5 is the lead for the Bruins as the Aggies get the ball back. Julia Ng to serve. Picked up and set. Utterback got to it on the roll from Ume. Big kill from Jade Light. Points back for the Aggies, building back-to-back. 11-6 now. Aggies only down by 5. Energy coming from the bench, giving life to this Aggie squad. Ng to serve again. And it's an ace for the Aggies. Olsen couldn't keep it up. Julia Ng making good on her serve attempt. 11-7, and now the Aggies on a 3-0 scoring run. Ng's turn again. Another tough serve. This time Olsen able to keep it up. Setting Ume. Blocked. Right back to Ume. Up on the net. And the Aggies couldn't scramble it over. So Bruins can side out after some strong pushes from the Aggies. Back to serve now. Audrey Pack. Pack went right back to Ume. And in the end, Caldwell was trying to do anything she can to keep it up. Didn't see any help coming underneath her. Tough one to deal with for UCD. 12-7, the Aggies hanging tough, but the Bruins continuing to build. 20 kills for the Bruins on 44 attempts to 18 kills on 38 attempts by the Aggies. Bruins have now become the more efficient side, hitting .318 compared to the Aggies' .316. Pack to serve again. This one straight into the net. Aggies escape, no harm, no foul. Starr back into the contest alongside Diersbach. Mia Starr to serve. Aggies down 8-12. Both timeouts used early in this one. Picked up by Olsen, right down Broadway from Briscoe. Barely even jumped for that one, just picked out her spot, knew she didn't need the full swing, just had to place it on that line drive, picking apart the Aggie defense right between Ng and Diersbach. Breon to serve. Sophomore out of Dallas, Texas. Light. Starr setting Caldwell, well timed. Light keeps it alive, Utterback. Picked up by Pack. Huge attack, huge block from the Aggies. There's the dump. Starr, Ng for Light, blocked again. Now setting Utterback. And it'll be called for a double, I believe, and it is a double. Aggies is trying to scramble there. But of course, credit to the execution from the Bruins. Sheridan Leverett doing damage there. Nice look at the set to Utterback, but just double called there, trying to push it over. Now Utterback swings through, blocked out of play, but came off the touch of Utterback one last time. And again, the Bruins marching ahead 15-8. More substitutions in now for the Aggies for the first time. Victoria Vanos, the junior out of San Mateo. Light picks up the serve. Light gets it right back. Powerful swing, forcing a huge looping pass out of Breon after her serve. Wasn't on target. Aggies can side out again. Jade Light serving with the Aggies, down by 6, 15-9. Vanos getting love from the bench after her brief appearance. Light Picked up by Dueck, right through the middle. Again, it's Brooklyn Briscoe. This middle rotation is just devastating as Dodson now checks in. Trading out your 6'4" middle for your 6'5" middle. No rest in sight for the Aggies. Dueck, right into the net. Aggies can side out again. Still down by 6 now, 16-10. Morrison entering the contest to serve. Morrison's been good in this one. Some good serves. That one, though, into the net. One of the Aggies' premier servers, but that time unable to make good on it. Bruins just showing how to do the little things well. Not making too many mistakes, especially not in this second set. Grace Olson. Ing. Star for Utterback. Picked up by Dueck. Setting Olson on the back row. Now Light. Picked up again by Dueck. Dump came over from Pack. A little bit of a missed timer there from Chandler. Rushing hit, but out of play. Dodson was out for blood, but a little bit inaccurate. UCD now with the ball back. Really powerful swing, very nearly in there. In fact, Dodson thought it was in, but just a couple inches beyond that sideline. Utterback jump float. Dueck to it. Nice dig from Ing on the swing from Leverett. Diersbach. Picked up by Breon. Back to Leverett, this time on the money. Back into the contest is Joy Ume for the Bruins. Nice set on the move from Pack, and Leverett bounced that one right in front of Jade Light. These Bruins so good at picking apart the soft spots in a defensive coverage. Leverett picked up by Ing, forcing the bump set from Starr. Diersbach. Dueck to it. Ume right down on Utterback, and Light couldn't keep it alive on the quick reaction. 19-11. Big Ten team UCLA showing all the power of a Power 5 school. Back into the contest now is Vanos. Sheridan Leverett still serving. UCLA on the brink here. Light. Ing with the set for Diersbach. It's blocked. Back with the Aggies, back to Diersbach. How about that for a pickup from Dueck? Sent over by the Bruins. Starr's dump is on time. Aggies side out again after being in quite the sticky situation. Chapinski back into the contest alongside Hayden Bones. 19-12. Aggie bench, of course, bringing the energy alongside the home fans. Bones' service picked up by Olson. Pump set from Dueck. And Ume places that right in the heart of the Aggie defense on the roll. 20-12. And now it's back with Anna Dodson. She served it well today. That one picked up by Ing. Chapinski couldn't quite get her shoulders squared underneath that one. Sent it behind. 21-12. It's still with Dodson. 6'5" middle blocker. who can dig the ball out on defense, swing at will, and get accurate serves in like that. Such a hot commodity in college volleyball. Pack obliterated again by Briscoe. UCLA really finding their footing here, up by 10 now over the hosting Aggies. On the move, these Bruin middles, particularly Briscoe, coming around that corner so fast. Very tough layer for the Aggies to deal with. Chapinski, that one's in for her first kill of the game. Providing some good spot minutes for Coach Connors. Well set. It was good defensive coverage from Lutz, but in the end couldn't cover it all the way. 22-13. Ing picked up by Dueck. Ume again off the touch. And the Bruins just 2 points away now from taking down set number 2. Pack. The setter back to serve. Had a few dumps today. It's obviously out of the question now. Ing. Bones has to roll it over. Aggies caught between a rock and a hard place, but Ing able to improvise it over. Right through the middle again, and every time they go down the middle with Brooklyn Briscoe, it seems like it's points. Especially on that quick set just out of Pack's hands. Aggies credit to them for getting that ball over, but in the blink of an eye, that ball is out of Pack's hands and on the hardwood. Set from Bones. Nice tip from Jade Light. Side up for the Aggies, now down by 10. Would take a miracle run to get out of this one alive, though. Bruins just 1 point away. Any error will give them the set. So Mia Starr would have to rattle off 11 straight, 12 straight, really. Briscoe blocked down, and it's a good way to start the run. Caldwell in solo coverage. Serve came over with barely any movement. And Briscoe, who has been super strong to start things off, got stuffed there. Star serve again, Olsen to it. Briscoe dumped down. And after losing the first set 26-24 in a gutsy battle with the Aggies, the Bruins blow the roof off of this place, up by 10, 25-15. So we're all even Stevens going into set number 3. Bruins cooking in set number 2. We'll be right back for the third set on ESPN.
Do you need assistance?
The Wild Robot is the greatest DreamWorks movie ever.
Did anyone order me?
It's not just the best animated movie of the year.
Do you need assistance?
It's one of the best movies, period.
I will protect you.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27th.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove deodorant helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now, should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up, you think?
Hold! Hold!
We just did 2.5%!
Hold! Now!
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
Welcome back to the University Credit Union Center in Davis, California, where the score is all tied up 1-1 between the Bruins and the Aggies. Us at the UC Davis broadcast team want to offer our condolences to Bruin player Sophia Victoria, the graduate transfer from Florida. Her sister passed away. She is not with the team right now. We wanted to offer our thoughts and prayers to the family. Very unfortunate situation. Now with both these teams looking strong to start things off, UCLA dominating the second set 25-15. It came as a collective effort across both sets. Brooklyn Briscoe through the middle and Sheridan Leverett on the outside. Both have 8 kills apiece, hitting at a blistering clip. Brooklyn Briscoe 636 and Sheridan Leverett at 583. So some really efficient offense from this Bruins roster shows why they are a power in the Big Ten, but also just across the whole West Coast. They'll be hoping for more of the same in set number 2. Head coach Alfie Reff has his players very well drilled to not make mistakes and maximize their talent. Obviously, UCLA, a big recruiting destination for volleyball in both the women's and men's teams. SoCal, a hotbed for volleyball talent. A lot for the Aggies to contend with. Aggies looked really good in set number 1, holding on to a 26-24 lead, coming from behind at points, looking strong and showing off their grit and execution. But in set number 2, it was all UCLA, 25-15. Bruins expanded their kill difference. 62 attacks, good for 29 kills over the Aggies, 56 attacks for 22 kills. So the Bruins still sitting very efficiently at 339 hitting percentage. Meanwhile, the Aggies dropping to 250. 7 service errors for the Bruins compared to 5 for the Aggies, but those risks have been paying off more for the Bruins as they have 6 aces on the serves compared to the Aggies' 3. Defensively, Bruins with 5 blocks to the Aggies' 3. Credit to the size and athleticism on the front line, but also to the defensive pressure that they've provided as a whole. So head coach Dan Connors will hope to get his players' minds right as they look strong but sort of tapered off a little bit. That's kind of how it goes when you're playing against a very big team like UCLA. But the vibes are right on the Aggie bench and on the court as well. Smiles on faces. They're ready for battle here. Not a team that is going to be intimidated by a typical powerhouse opponent. They will fight till the very end. Bruins in that white with the blue gradient uniform. Aggies in their home navy with the gold trim. Battle between 2 UC schools. It'll be the Bruins to serve, starting things off with Sydney Breon. Sophomore DS has been playing well in that back line so far. 4 digs to her name. 2 service aces as well. Definite danger from the back line as that one almost snuck its way over, but into the tape. Aggies up 1-0 on that quick side out after the service error. Now starting things off is Allie Caldwell. This is usually when McKenna Morrison enters the game, so we're seeing a little bit of a rotation wrinkle from Coach Connors. That set crushed down again. Grace Olson is cooking here. Her 5th of the game. The 4th Bruin with at least 5 kills in this contest. They've been bouncing these balls in and around that 10-foot line, but also just painting the corners with a lot of power. That serve on the way from the libero, Peyton Dueck, right into the net. So the Aggies able to side out once more. Both their points have been recorded from service errors in this second set. Hutter back. It's a good serve. Olsen able to get underneath it. Gets the set right back, rolls it. And it was good attempted coverage from Starr, but the Aggies couldn't finish out the defensive possession. Bruins tie it back up at 2-2. These are the moments the Aggies need to capitalize on. Their 2 points, like we mentioned, have come from these service errors. Bruins are not going to make too many errors in this contest as Olsen's serve gets over. Starr, nicely improvised there. The pass came in a little wonky, so Starr just shot that across the tape, and Chandler adjusted nicely to just push that into the soft belly of the defense. Now into the contest, and then a Cordero Bar, replacing Reese Diersbach. Nice up from Light. It's really great stuff from Mia Starr. Of course, that comes from many hours in the gym practicing, building chemistry with teammates. Cordero Bar's serve picked up by Dueck. Utter back underneath that one. Light off the touch. Bruins get it over on the free ball for the Aggies to work with. Chandler through the middle. And it's going to be on the net for the Aggies. Sheridan Leverett swung through there, but it won't matter as they get points back regardless. And now it will be Leverett to serve. Umez back into the contest as well. 3-3, we're tied. Leverett to utter back. Chandler off the block and good again. Aggies showing signs of their set 1 selves, more than their set 2 selves. So it's the libero Ing to serve now. And the Aggies can have some nice passes to work with and work things through the middle with Allie Chandler. Good things tend to happen. Blocked down by Jade Light. Solo block from your outside. How do you like that? On Dodson again. Standing 3 inches taller than Light, but Light could care less. Huge defensive stand for the Aggies. That one's a fun one to watch back from our multiple angles. All credit to our production crew. This time, though, Dodson will not be denied. That's one way to respond to getting blocked. Crushes that ball. That's the double-edged sword of that solo block on that outside edge. If you get there in time, you can cover it well, but a little bit late, even a half step late, and it's a free reign for Dodson. Her serve, Caldwell too much on it. Points for Bruins again, 5-5. Aggies are certainly feeding off the crowd energy here. We're filling up nicely from lower bowl all the way up to the top. Again, it's Dodson. Ing. And then a Cordero. Bar over to Ing again. Set for Oma, who just dunks it down. Connors is not happy about that one. Thought she threw the ball there. That's a tough technique to master legally, but Umed did a really nice job. Timed it up well. When you do that with the proper technique, it will look illegal, frankly. It's just credit to Joy Ume, of course. That one into the net. So Aggies might say ball don't lie there as they side out. Tied 6-6. Back to serve now, Mia Starr, the setter. Tie ball game. Leverett to it. Setting Ume again, and Ume in. Back-to-back kills for the graduate student out of Lakewood, California. Not too far from the UCLA campus, Lakewood. It was super nicely placed right across the soft spot in the coverage. Now serving his Pack. Starr did really well to get that set across to Utterback. Joust at the net. Ume wins it for the time being. Now they go for Olsen. Knocks that one down again. UCLA looking confident here. Up 8-6. Grace Olsen really contributing here. Her 7th kill of the contest. Audrey Pack again. Utterback to Starr. Now Utterback, death touch at the tape. Gets that one down, barely put anything on that. Just did enough to redirect it into a good area. Back into the contest is Diersbach. She'll be subbing out Jimena Cordero Bar. Jade Light to serve. This Aggie bench energy has been great. These replays are so much fun after a big point. Light, a good serve, but dug by Olsen, and they repay her with a huge kill. That's how you keep your teammates happy. Audrey Pack, a really nice dig from Olsen getting underneath that one. Let me give it right back to you. Let me reward you for that good defensive pressure. 9-7, Bruins lead. Breon for the Bruins, up 9-7. Light. Starr setting Utterback. Off the touch from Breon. And the Aggies can side out. Only down by 1 now. So the Aggies hanging tough here. The lead ballooned out early in set number 2, but right now the Aggies hanging tough, and it's plays like that, just doing what you know how to do. It's a classic Utterback kill right there. Pack sets Olsen. Nice dig from Light. Diersbach down the line. Hustle play from the Bruins, but in the end called for a double. And right away, Briscoe brought her hands back. She knew she had the double there. Might have been better off with a bump just to get that one over. But really good defensive coverage, especially from Dueck, who nearly went flying into the stands there, trying to pick that ball up. Tied up at 9-9. They're letting Caldwell serve here, which is proving to work so far. Great coverage from Starr. Light with the set out. Picked up from Dueck. Again, the Aggies pick it up. Diersbach making the play. Now Utterback. They want the touch. It's going to be out of play, though. Man, both these teams showing tremendous heart and hustle. It'll be the libero, Dueck, to serve for Coach Reft. The Bruins' kill lead across the board has ballooned to 11, 37 to the Aggies' 26. Hitting at a 364 clip compared to the Aggies' 239. Light. Chandler. Right down Broadway. When the Aggies are able to work those quick sets out of the hands of Starr, like we mentioned, that one is just automatic. Ball came in at such a steep angle, it clipped the net a little bit. 10-10. Utterback with the ace. Got a little touch of luck off the net, but she won't care as the Aggies take the 1-point lead. 11-10. Nice spot. Bruins unable to get to it. It was Olsen that was closest. Utterback again. Picked up by Led on the swing from Leverett. Ing, blocked. And it'll be UCLA points regardless. Tied up at 11. Aggies getting penalized. Those are the mistakes they don't want to make. Olsen to serve now with that last one. Straight into the net again. Aggie fans love that. Aggie bench loves it too. Cordero Bar back in the serve for Diersbach. This different rotation that Coach Connors has been rocking with has been working well so far. Letting Caldwell rotate through and serve. Blocked by Light. Now Chandler blocked again. Just domination from Dodson. Light's done a good job of having her number on that first shot that the Bruins go for around the bend in solo coverage, but Dodson's of course known for her defense. Rejects that one. Ing made a great play, but perfectly positioned on the defensive end for Dodson. Leverett now setting Light. Thought they might have gotten a touch on the way through, but that's going to be out of play. Bruins now by one, 13-12. Leverett to serve again. Utterback to it. Now Light. Picked up by Olsen. Setting Ume. Off the touch. Bruins 2-point lead now. So even though the Aggies are hanging tough here, the Bruins have looked like their usual selves. Jimena Cordero Bar hit the deck there, looking like Neo in the Matrix, getting out of the way of that serve. Well watched by the Mexican international. Aggie fans love that too. Julia Ing with the Aggies down by one. Ing's got 2 aces on the day. Nearly makes it 3. Ume. Blocked by Caldwell. And it got down. Bruins, they might have picked it up. And we are going to see a challenge here. The card is out from Alfie Reft. Caldwell wheeled away, celebrating the block right away. Having a quick conversation between officials. No one's gone over to the monitor yet. So we're going to replay the last point as the whistle was blown before the ball was in fact down. So it'll remain 14-13. Still with the Aggies though. Ing. And the Bruins, with a mental mistake, they're caught in their rotation. So again, the ball doesn't lie for the Aggies, who tie it up at 14. So it'll still be Ing with 14 points for both sides. Aggies already 1 point away from equaling their point total from last time out, as Pack able to dump that one down for points. It really has been the ebb and flow of the contest, though, as the Aggies were super strong in the first set, got 26 points, then only 15 in the second, as that is our first timeout taken in this third set. We'll be right back with more action as the Bruins lead 15-14 over UCD.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light, choose chill.
Mother Lode Van & Storage is an award-winning moving company and the official mover of UC Davis football. Mother Lode is a local, family-owned and operated moving company that is also an agent for North American van lines. With over 65 years of experience and servicing over 200,000 customers, they have an entire fleet of modern trucks, highly trained and professional employees, and a secure warehouse for your storage. Call Mother Lode Van & Storage today for all your moving and storage needs, local or long distance.
Back here at the University Credit Union Center, where the Bruins lead 15-14 over the Aggies. We're tied up at 1-1 though. Aggies hanging tough with a traditional volleyball power. Really Bruins ball after the break. Dodson has served it well, but has had a few of those errors, and that one to the net as well. 15-15 for the Aggies, and now they do equal their total points from set number 2. Showing a much improved performance after getting worked pretty well by UCLA in set number 2. Star, bump set, Ume, blocked by the Aggies. Star for Utterback. Lutz couldn't keep it up. Aggies lead by 1. When you got a little bit of a broken play, that's one player you can call on. Olivia Utterback making the most of UCLA not getting their offense going. Back for Star, 16-15. Ume again. And it came over the net. Aggies didn't know a thing about it, though. Right in that blind spot over the heads of the blockers. So Bruins get it back now, tied at 16. Atmosphere still doing really well here in what has been an exciting third set. Pack. Utterback. Gets it back from Star, Olivia Utterback. That's what she brings. A huge attack from the Aggies' preseason all-conference selection. 17-16. Jade Light serving again with the Aggies leading. That big jump, so this one's into the net, though. It's a volatile method. When it comes off well, it comes off great, but sometimes it is hard to get that one over the net with all the top spin that is generated. Breon's turn now for the Bruins. But all credit to the Aggies. Hanging tough, tied at 17. Light. Star with the bump set to Diersbach on a tight angle and just clips the antenna on the way through. Aggies find themselves in a tough situation from the jump there. 18-17, 1-point lead. They started all she could to get that ball into a tough spot for Diersbach to make a play on. Did her best and nearly came off of the Aggies. That one watched out well by Ng. Too much juice behind the Breon serve. So tied at 18 now. Bones back into serve again. She's been a much more active part of this rotation in this third set. Bones picked up by Breon. They set Leverett. Star to Utterback. Bounces it again. Aggies lead 19-18. Aggies can't stop scoring. Some fancy moves from the Aggies on the court and in the crowd. Bones again. Breon to it once more. Briscoe blocked by Chandler. Bump set for Leverett. Picked up by Bones. And the Aggies couldn't quite get that one over. Really good effort on the defensive front to scramble for that ball, but UCLA too much. They're overpowering the Aggies. That ball just comes off of Leverett's hand with so much juice. Dueck serve. Star to Diersbach off the touch. Aggies retake the lead, 20-19. Jade Light did a really good job staying underneath that serve as it moved a lot in the air. And Diersbach getting the critical hit on that one. Utterback. Right into the net. Service error at a unfortunate time for UCD. Tied at 20 now. Bruins will be eager to close this one out. Keep the momentum going. Meanwhile, the Aggies trying to regain that power they found in set number one with the home fans behind them. Olsen sails that one behind, so it's service error for service error trade between these two teams, pardon me. And it's a strong server, Jimena Cordero Barr, in for the Aggies in crunch time. 4 points away from taking a 2-1 lead over the Bruins. Cordero Barr. It's a good serve. Dueck, Leverett into the net. Aggies 3 points away as the Bruins are forced to take a timeout. 22-20, UC Davis leading over UCLA. How about the effort from the Aggies here? That one's straight into the tape from Leverett, but the Aggies were right there on the block. Just building the confidence as we come along. The hitting percentage has dropped off significantly from the previous sets. Aggies sitting at 221, but still finding a way to get things done. All about the effort, all about the execution when they can. UC Davis passing well, communicating well, serving pretty well, too. Fans still grooving. The atmosphere is great here at the University Credit Union Center. 22-20 in set number 3 with a chance to take a 2-1 lead. I think if you're the Aggies, you would have taken that in the pregame conversation. Now it's a reality. As the Aggies keep talking it over, want to make sure they get themselves right out of this timeout. Bruins all set. Aggies following suit. It'll still be with Jimena Cordero Barr. Dan Connors with the encouraging words in that timeout. Trusts his team in moments like this. When you've you've got belief and you've got execution in volleyball, you can really do anything. The Aggies proving that right now. Cordero Bar. Set for Leverett. And that one was smoked again. When they get their timing down on these hits, specifically with Leverett, she absolutely levered that ball. That's just a master class in how to hit a volleyball. Leverett too much on her serve. 23-22 Aggies, 2 points away now. Caldwell's back in the contest for Chandler. Julia Ng to serve. Bruins pretty shallow here on this serve. And rightfully so, that one picked up by Lutz. The set for Ume. Dump by Starr! Aggies are on set point now. Great improvisation from Mia Starr. And now the Aggies are staring down the barrel of a 2-1 set lead over a very strong UCLA team. Mia Starr at 5'10", patrols the front line very diligently. Can get up there for blocks and of course can get up there and attack as well. It's her third kill of the contest. 1 point away for the Aggies. Bruins out of the timeout immediately. Still time to talk things over, but just had to get the mind right. Meanwhile, the Aggies are acutely aware of what a point here would mean. After taking on the first set 26-24, the Aggies got handled by the Bruins 25-15 to the tone of a 10-point loss in set number 2. But the Aggies came storming back. They look motivated, they look focused, and all that coming together gives them a chance to win this third set and put all the pressure on the visiting Bruins. Julia Ng with the crowd behind her. Student section's up on their feet. Crowd is loud and proud here. Ng, good serve. Rolled over from Ume. Aggies get the touch. On the net, pushed down by Starr, and Aggies take it down, 25-21. UC Davis up 2-1, pardon me, over the Bruins. Wow. How about that from Dan Connor's squad? They have been so impressive in this contest, battling back after dropping the second set, leading 2-1 over the Bruins, who are coming into a packed house here on the road and having a tough time with UC Davis.
Mama.
I will protect you. I will protect all of you.
Don't wanna say goodbye.
The Wild Robot is the best animated movie of the year.
You are ordered to return home.
We have to help her.
I am already home, and I am a wild robot.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27th.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove deodorant helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think?
Oh!
We just did 2.5%!
Hold! Now!
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
This place is perfect, but I really need a better credit score.
Apartment hunting, huh? Oh, our credit's not looking too good, but you kind of need good credit to.
Ugh, this will take forever.
Got some new checkbooks. We can look through those.
I could improve my low score by 21 points? Huh. In a matter of days? Nice.
Everything you need to outsmart the system. Intuit Credit Karma.
Welcome back to the University Credit Union Center in Davis, California, where these home team Aggies have been cooking, and Mia Starr has been the head chef in the kitchen right now. 4 kills, 2 blocks from your setter. That's what you love to see as an Aggie fan. She has been operating 3 digs as well. So strong on both the defensive and offensive end. Standing at 5'10", she's got some good size on the front end. Can raise up for those dumps. Has such a good understanding of the timing and nuance of the sport. Picks out her dumps very well. Has been up on the blocks as well, doing everything she can and more for this Aggie team, who find themselves on the brink of knocking off UCLA. 2-1 lead. Aggies won the first set 26-24 in dramatic fashion. Fell 25-15 to the Bruins in set number 2, and then just won the last one, set 3, 25-21. Head coach Alfie Reft of the Bruins will make sure, or try to make sure at least, that the Bruins don't lose this 4th set. Could be a decisive one for UCD. Sheridan Leverett has been the offensive engine for the Bruins. 11 kills today, along with 2 digs and 3 blocks. Just putting on a hitting masterclass, picking out some great spots with incredible power on her swings. Serve from Light to start things off. Briscoe, too much on it. Aggies draw first blood in set number 4. Good up there by the Bruins, but Briscoe tried to just shoot that one in the back corner, a bit too much on it. Light, very nice serve. That pass up in the net, one hand set. The Bruins escape a tough situation. Sheridan Leverett again. And you got to give credit, of course, to Audrey Pack, too, who did well to get that pass on time and on target with the one hand. It's the libero, Peyton Dueck. Serving for the Bruins. Light set. Diersbach with the push. And that is going to be points for the Bruins. Diersbach was on the net there. 2-1 UCLA leads. Light's set was pretty close there, and you see the net just kind of tug at the end. Another serve. Tiny bit too much on it. Well watched by Julia Ing. Saw it the whole way. Aggie fans are fiending for more here from this hometown team that has performed nicely in front of a packed house at the University Credit Union Center. McKenna Morrison back into the rotation after taking a bit of a breather in set number 3. A looping serve. Off the hands, another kill for Leverett. That's her 13th. Leading all scorers. 3-2 Bruins lead. Pack has been setting Leverett early and often, and why not when she always finds herself in those right situations at the right time. It's Kate Duffy. Her first action of the contest. Utter back, crushes that ball up the sideline. Tied at 3-3. She'll be back to serve again. Olivia Utterback, the senior out of Indiana. That's another state where volleyball is of paramount importance, much like California. That's serve into the net. Frustrating moment there for Utterback, but Aggies will certainly reset and get the mind right. This time it's Leverett's turn to serve. She's been adding on to her team leading kill total today. Light. Fine start of Diersbach, blocked down. Still up, but crushed by Dodson. Anytime there's scraps along the tape, Dodson is always there to finish the play. Got the block initially, and then just roped that one into the Aggie backline. 5-3 is the lead for the Bruins. Just getting some court maintenance here. Some sweat on the floor. And now time for Leverett to serve. Light. Diersbach with the bump set. Pardon me, Utterback to Diersbach. On the tape, Diersbach. And the Bruins, I think they were on the net there. Jimena Cordero Barr into the contest. Aggies down by 1, 4-5. Diersbach will take the breather. Cordero Barr, picked up by Ume. They give it right back to her, and that's out of play. Aggies tied up at 5 now. Aggies able to execute here. Doing a really nice job of contending with UCLA's pressure. Ume knew right away that one came off the hand run. Cordero Barr, picked up by Leverett. Leverett pushing it over, free ball for the Aggies. It's another dump from Starr. This time, though, the Bruins on the other end of it. Ing, Light, gets it over on the second touch. How about that for game sense? Jade Light over the wrong shoulder, still able to place the ball with enough power and positioning to get the point for the Ags. That is really nicely worked from Jade Light. And Bones loves it as well on the sideline. Cordero Barr, Leverett. The set for Uma. Utterback rolls it over. Leverett on the net, pushed down by Chandler, and the Aggies find themselves with a 2-point lead, 7-5. We're going to see a substitution here. Quick change of scenery as Kate Duffy will go to the bench, replaced by Grace Olson, who has had a very impressive game so far. A 4-0 scoring run right now for the Aggies. Too much on that one from Cordero Barr. 7-6 now. It's going to be Dodson's turn to serve. She has been very effective from the back line for the Bruins today. 2 service aces, but even when they're not aces, she just gets them over with good looks there. She switched up the routine a little bit there. Usually a pretty stationary floater. That time she added the hop in, tried to add a little layer. That one had a bit too much power in behind to give the Aggies the ball back, side out with a 2-point lead. Libero Ing. It's a short serve, forcing the bump set. Uma has to just set it over. Free ball for the Aggies. They set Light. Light keeps it alive off the block. And a double called there by Caldwell. So that's another error to give the Bruins the ball back here. White got stuffed, and then Caldwell's trying to push it over, but you see that sideways rotation. Textbook double. Audrey Pack, the graduate out of Moraga, sails that serve behind. 9-7, Aggies regain the 2-point lead. They have been doing a good job of keeping the slight lead in this fourth set. Mia Starr's turn to serve. Leverett, they get it over to Olsen. Nice dig from Ing. Caldwell sets it over through the middle. Briscoe out of play. Aggies keep building, up by 3 now, 10-7. You got to think the playlist plays a factor here. The Aggies certainly have the best playlist across the sports with this women's volleyball squad, as the Bruins are forced to take a timeout here. Aggies up by 3. How about this UC Davis team forcing Alfie Ref to call a timeout early in this fourth set. And the only set where it really looked at the Bruins were dominant and had control was set number 2, when they led by over 10 at some points, ended up winning the set by 10, 25-15. But in set 1, set 3, and now in set 4, it's been mostly all Aggies. They've been pretty evenly faced off against, but UCD really just finding that edge at home. Won by 2, 26-24 in set number 1. As we mentioned in set number 2, lost by 10, but then in set number 3, 25-21, doing a lot of damage to these Bruins. And now they lead by 3, 10-7. If they can keep this momentum going, they're well on their way towards a great win at home. Only the second home game of the season. And you can get a little taste of how the Big West Conference slate is going to go with the home crowds, as the Aggie faithful have shown out in great numbers here. Coming up for the Aggies, they've got Long Beach State in their Big West home opener. That'll be on the 26th. And then UC San Diego on the 28th. Those are both at home. Then they'll be on the road to face Cal Poly and UCSB. Quick trip to the Central Coast to continue their Big West slate. Too much on that one from Starr. Take a look at the scheduling as well for the Bruins. They've got Cal up next on September 21st. And they'll be into Big Ten play. They've got Nebraska and Ohio State. Nebraska on the road, then the conference opener at Poly Pavilion against Ohio State. 10-8. Bruins on the antenna, and that's going to be a point for the Aggies, up 11-8 after forfeiting the first point after the break. Light back to serve. Cordero Bar to the bench. And we are going to get a challenge here. I think they are looking for a double here from the Aggies. All smiles, though, in the Aggie huddle right now. Our line judges are with our head official, and we have another one on the replay monitor. We're going to see what they're looking at here. And it looks pretty set in stone that it came off of Olsen into the antenna. So I imagine this will be a pretty speedy replay review. The Bruins, though, having a tough time hanging with the Aggies right now, which I don't think many people were expecting as we began this game. One of our quicker reviews as we get checked in at the scorer's table. Here to get the official ruling. And it'll be Aggie ball. The call stands. So that was a pretty conclusive one. Olsen, the last one to touch it before it hit the antenna, and it very conclusively came out the antenna in the end. So 3-point lead reestablished for the Ags, 11-8. Jade Light. That big jump serve comes down with some force. Briscoe just able to tap it over. Jade Light went for glory there, too much on it. 2-point lead now for the Aggies. Bruins cut it down. 9-11 they're behind. Duex turn to serve, the libero. She's had a good game so far. 13 digs for her. Starr, utter back. Picked up well by Pack. They got the partial block on Olsen. Now Diersbach finds a seam. 3-point lead again for the Aggies. Up 12-9. And we're back to our usually scheduled programming with McKenna Morrison to serve. Really nicely picked out spot. And it's more emphatic celebrations as well from Hayden Bones. Morrison's jump serve, not enough on it to get over the net. So it's a 2-point lead now for the Aggies still, but the Bruins trying to stay in the hunt. Olsen's turn to serve for UCLA. Aggies have got some good passers back there. A tough one for Diersbach to deal with, but she finds Starr anyway. How about that out of the broken play for Leverett, who gets the kill after it looked like they might have some trouble getting the ball over the net, period. Great offensive work from Leverett after the defensive scramble. Breon sliding in. That's a really, really nice dig to get the offense going. Good serve again from Olsen. Diersbach, big swing. Light off the block. Utter back, blocked down. Still alive. Light gets it over. Blocked down, huge! Olivia Utterback, solo coverage. That's how you get the ball back. That's how you side out at home. The crowd loves it. Single coverage against Leverett, who has been excellent today. Massive block from one of the Aggies' leaders. 13-11. Utter back into the net. Past couple serves for the Aggies have been errors. Those are not things that they want to keep doing here. Gotta tighten those screws. Do not want to let UCLA back into this one. Aggies certainly don't want to play a fifth set after looking so strong in the opening four. Now in to serve for the Bruins. It's Kate Riley. Good serve. Utterback digs it out. Diersbach. Picked up by Ume. Ume gets it right back. Light. Collision of bodies, but the Aggies staying up. Utterback over top. Ume tried to slam it down, but it's into the net anyway. 4 touches by the Bruins. I think it certainly would have been a violation for her throwing the ball there. Aggies up by 2 once more, 14-12. How about this? If you're an Aggie fan, the atmosphere in here has been excellent, and that's all credit to the community showing out, but also the students. UC Davis getting ready to start school. This fall quarter about to begin. And now that students are back on campus, the sporting events will certainly be seeing a lot higher attendance. That one is straight into the tape. I think the Aggies would have gotten the point there regardless. Diersbach to the bench, replaced by Cordero Barr. Has been clutch at serving for the Aggies. Bruins have come a bit back down to earth with their hitting percentage, now at 283 compared to the Aggies' 224. Olsen's pass a little bit off target. Swung on, picked up by Cordero Barr. Huge block from the Bruins, and again it's Dodson. Came in averaging 1.14 blocks per set. The team leader with 24 on the season. She's got 3 today, and that might have been the pick of the bunch. Bruins have it back. Leilani Dodson in to serve. Her first appearance in the contest as well. Dodson's serve is picked up by Cordero Barr. Set for Light off the touch. Aggies notch another one, 15-13. And it seems like every time the Bruins chip away a point, the Aggies get it right back. Pretty comfortably sitting with a 1 to 2 point lead in this fourth set. Stung it off the hands of the blockers. In can serve, up by 2. Nice serve. Briscoe. Setting Light, who couldn't get enough power as she was falling away there. So the Bruins get the ball back. Another quick side out. We're not seeing too many scoring runs like we did earlier on in the contest. Pretty back and forth. Both teams just trying to dig their feet in. Both playing good defense. Pack. Utter back. Tough one for the Bruins to deal with. Ume, free ball. For Light. Up on the net. Caldwell again. Sends it down. Aggies will not be denied here. And it's looking like that second set ended up being the anomaly. As in every set since and before, they have looked to be the more dominant side. Back with Starr. Olsen. It's a nice pass for Pack. Back to Olsen. Out of bounds again. 17-14. Aggies are very close to a victory over the Bruins. This is the closest we've seen to a run in quite some time for either team. Starr. Olsen, right back, and that's blocked off the antenna. Caldwell frustrated. She knew she had a good read on it, but just skipped off the hands in an unfortunate direction. Back into serve now is Breon, as you see that reaction from Caldwell. The timing was all perfect, just an unlucky bounce. Head coach Alfie refs Bruins trying to get back in the game here. Too much on that one. Well watched by Utterback and Cordero Barr. Another error by the Bruins. Diersbach into the contest. Light back to serve. 18-15. So the Aggies changing those 1 to 2 point leads into 2 to 3 point leads here. Light. I don't think she got the toss she wanted. Still able to manage to get the serve over. And that one pushed out of play. The Bruins continue to be their own worst enemy here as we get a timeout called by head coach ref. Need to get those mistakes out of the rotation. The Aggies looking strong here. 19-15 is the lead. Taking a look at what both these teams have going forward. The Bruins will be at Cal and then at Nebraska. Cal will be their final non-conference matchup. Nebraska, their first in the Big Ten. Then a tough schedule against Ohio State, Minnesota, and Michigan. The Big Ten, a very strong volleyball conference. Meanwhile, for the Aggies, they're knocking on the door of Big West play. Haven't played too many home games this season, but they will start off the Big West slate against Long Beach State. That'll be here on the 26th. After that, they will continue the homestand on the 28th with a game against UC San Diego. Then they'll be on the road at Cal Poly and UCSB. All those games are in Big West play. Another very competitive volleyball conference. One of the Aggies have done well in, but would like to probably do a little bit better this time around. A very talented roster that can do damage from all over the place. UCR will finish up that slate on October 8th. Now it will be Light to serve again. 19-15. Light. Nice serve. Picked up well by the Bruins. Tip over from Leverett. Light. Utter back. This is shaping up to be a very exciting rally. Leverett swings too much on it. Off the touch, though, it will be point for the Bruins. I just got to give credit to Jade Light there. Your outside hitter making a jump set on the move with some accuracy. That was really nicely worked by Jade Light, looking for Utterback. In the end, though, it is Bruins ball there. Down by 3. That serve right into the net from Dueck. Aggies side out and have breached the 20-point mark. 5 away now. As Bones, the serving specialist, back into the contest. She's been active on the bench with her celebrations. And when she has gotten those spot minutes, she has done so well in her role. 5 points away. Bones picked up by Olsen. An improvised hit from Leverett there. Good for the kill. Set really tight on the tape. A little bit missed time, but Leverett did well to hang in the air and just push that into a tough area. It's back with Olsen to serve. Olsen has had a great all-around game. 9 kills, 2 serving aces. Ing picks it up. Diersbach pushing it past the block. And again, it's Leverett getting the kill for the Bruins. How about the game she has had? 17 kills. She has got 8 more than the next highest killer on either side. Has been swinging at the ball so well, and of course has been getting set often. Light. Utterback. A frantic one to get the ball over now. Finally, it is with the Bruins with that free ball to work with. Blocked again. Utterback, a huge defensive stand. Leverett let one go, but it was the defense of Olivia Utterback to get the Aggies the ball back, 21-18. How good have these Aggie outside hitters been in single coverage as well? Not always going to be the ones that get the blocks, as that one's into the net from Utterback. But they have done so well on the defensive end. 2-point difference. Aggies 21, Bruins 19. Bruins turn to serve. Kate Riley, the graduate DS, back into the contest. Utterback, 9 kills, 2 aces, 7 digs, 3 blocks, filling up the box score. Ing. Chandler on the move. Now Light, tough one to deal with on the roll. Diersbach pushed it over. Aggie's still alive. Starr finally gets it over. Ume. Tipped over again. Ume swings, Light digs it out once more. They set Utterback on the net. And it's Bruins on the net this time. Aggies. And right away it's going to be, I think, a challenge from UCLA. And it will be. That's a huge momentum point for the Bruins. 3 points away if this stands. I think she did take a little touch in the net. It was Audrey Pack that they're looking at. They are going to challenge it, though. So a quick word between coaches and the players on the court. Aggies have all the energy behind them. But some strong words from ref there. Right there you see the touch in the net. And if that's what they're looking at, I would imagine it would be a pretty quick review. But the longer they look, the more it leads me to believe that it might be something else they're looking at. The Bruins have been using those challenges early and often. They want to give up 3 points. And the momentum at this juncture in the game, so important. Bruins still with more total kills than the Aggies, 50-41. They still have a slight edge in the hitting percentage, but starting to even out a bit. Bruins hitting at 261, Aggies at 205. And it will be points to the Aggies. After all, the review did not go to plan for UCLA. So now 3 points away, 22-19. Aggies up by 3. And now just 3 short points away from taking down Big Ten powerhouse UCLA. It's with the freshman Cordero Barr. Good serve. Tough one to deal with. Olsen just tips it over. Starr for Light. Looking for a touch. They're not going to get it. It was out of play. And we are going to see a challenge this time from head coach Dan Connors. They want the touch. And at this point in the contest, you can see using those challenges, you got to do it. It looked like Light was just trying to set up the touch as she just swung through. Didn't get too much snap on it. Tough to see from that angle. Bruins are reacting like they didn't know a thing about it, so usually you will see a bit of a reaction from a player when they know they're guilty. Of course, you can feel the ball coming off your fingertips in those situations. So after that quick look, I am leaning more towards this call standing for the Bruins. Taking another look at it here. Came right through that plane where the hands were, so it's definitely close. They're still taking a lot of time to look at this. Our officiating crew has done a really nice job today. Connors talking to Mia Starr. 2 setters, meeting of the minds. Connors played as a setter in his time when he was at UCLA for the Bruins. So can certainly relate to Starr on a personal level as an athlete. That's a pair that has done really well together. Starr has been a star for these Aggies. The sophomore out of Portland, Oregon still has a long career ahead of her as well for UCD. They're still looking things over here. Brian Brink, Stacey DeWitt, Wendy Daly, and Neil Meredith are our officials. They've done a number of challenges today and done really well with them. Still taking a look at it, and now we do get the decision. And it is going to be point to UCLA. Still no touch in the end. That was the right call. You see where Coach Connors was coming from, but in the end, nothing doing. So it'll be Dodson, the big middle, who has served it well today. That jump float, picked up by Utterback. Light, blocked. Utterback, back to Light, and it's in. Both line judges saw it as in. Bruins don't have the challenge to use, so 23-20 as the Aggies are so close to an upset victory. First attempt was blocked, and they reloaded to Light, who found a perfect spot in that back corner. Ng, tough pass. Nice set, blocked down. They didn't think that it got over. Light, out of play, and now the Aggies have match point at home against UCLA in 4 sets, folks. How good have the Aggies been today? Can they hold on and do it here? Crowd's on their feet. It'll be Ng to serve. Picked up by Riley. And the Bruins survive for now. Big swing from Kiki Horn. So serving, it's the setter, Audrey Pack. Aggies still holding on to match point. Crowd is loud. Picked up by Cordero Barr. They set to Light. Dueck got to it. Now back, picked up by Dueck again off the swing. Tipped over. Star to Light, blocked down and in. The Bruins will not be denied here. 24-22. Kiki Horn, since coming back into the contest, has been doing very well. Still with Audrey Pack. Crowd still trying to play a factor here. Timeout taken by the Aggies, just trying to get settled here after giving up 2 opportunities at winning the contest. Vibes look still pretty good on that Aggie bench. Meanwhile, the Bruins are scraping, trying to stay alive in this contest. A win here would bring the Aggies above the 500 mark. Meanwhile, the Bruins, if they did lose, would drop down to 5-3. These non-conference games are more so about finding out about your own team than about the opponents. Of course, it is always good to notch those wins against strong opposition, but the real winning gets done in the conference, so perhaps that's crossing the Bruins' minds, but the Aggies, when you're coming in as an underdog against a Power 5 school, especially one that your coach used to not only play at but also coach at, that means a lot. And the Aggies, with their second home game of the season, their first home game with the students back in attendance, they're looking to do just that. Coach Dan Connors looking composed here. Crowd back on their feet as we get underway for what could be the decisive point in what has been a super exciting contest between UCLA and UCD. It's still Pack the setter to serve. Picked up by Cordero Barr. They set it for Caldwell! Aggies take down the Bruins! An emphatic victory for UC Davis at home. It does not get better than that, folks. At home with the whole crowd in attendance, and it was Caldwell who has been a star today. Defensively, offensively, doing it all for the Aggies, showing the trust in a middle who is probably seen as more of a defensive player. She leads the team in blocks, but got the quick set there. Aggies win 3-1. Took down the first set 26-24, then lost the second 25-15, got dominated in that one. It looked like UCLA were finding their footing, but then the Aggies rattled off 2 straight wins, 25-21 and then 25-22. An exceptional performance from front to bottom. Coach Connors even called in the bench at one point, mixed with the rotation, got Chapinski involved, got Bones involved, and that is a big, big win over Connor's former team and alma mater. Excellent, excellent work. From all over the board, Jade Light for the Aggies, 11 kills, 10 digs, and 2 blocks, really doing it all. Olivia Utterback in the same vein, 9 kills, 8 digs, and 3 blocks. Reese Diersbach and Allie Chandler contributed 7 and 6 kills, respectively. Meanwhile, for the Bruins, it was Sheridan Leverett, who we spoke about in the Open, with 17 kills to do really well for the Bruins. Led the way for all offensive players. But it was a real win by committee for UC Davis, who came up against a stout UCLA team that is expected to make some noise in their newly minted Big Ten Conference. A team with a lot of volleyball heritage, taken down by this home Aggie squad after a very exciting matchup between these two teams. I have been Will Wyman saying so long from Davis, California, where the final score is 3-1 in favor of the Aggies. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
Mama.
I will protect you. I will protect all of you.
Don't wanna say goodbye.
The Wild Robot is the best animated movie of the year.
You are ordered to return home.
We have to help her.
I am already home, and I am a wild robot.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27.
Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. 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 I'd wanna be me too.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think? We just did 2.5%.
Now!
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. And get access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city. Restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop for 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Things have changed.
What does that mean?
It means everyone is vulnerable. I know for a fact there's something else at work here.
When you put blood on the ground, there's no going back from it.
FX is the old man. All new Thursdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.